Our next speaker is the gentleman that is running for the Secretary of State. By show of hands, who all here loves the DMV? Precisely. If you didn't raise your hand, that means you obviously know that there's some issues that need to be addressed within that department. That falls under the purview of the Secretary of State. Everybody that's run for it seems to come up with no other ideas other than a new flavor of license plate for you, and to get their picture put on the wall that you can stare at, so at least you have a face to hate while you stand in line. He's been a native of Illinois for all of his life, hailing from the Chicagoland region as well. He has been a great influence and a longtime activist within the party. Starting work at a young age, he started his working career before he even entered high school. This is something that has instilled a giant sense of effort and ethic in everything that he does, that he has carried through everything that he has pursued, especially within the party itself. He has gained a bachelor's degree in management and leadership, and he has used it to great effect within the state party as well. In 2016, he was presented an award for being the activist of the year within the Libertarian Party. He has carried through his efforts in work like ballot access and making sure that all the candidates you're listening here today get fair and equal access to the ears of the people in Illinois, so they can finally, for once, make an informed and educated decision and see that there is more than just the two-party option ahead of them. Also, being from a northerner from the Chicagoland, he is no stranger to the southern end of the state. He has made it his mission to travel around meeting with different chapters, creating connections, friendships, and relationships that have lasted. He is somebody that realizes that the state of Illinois is not just the great state of Chicago, that there are people on this end of the state that have our own concerns, our own lives, our own issues that most times are disconnected from the people that are above I-80. And he wants to make that change. He's promised that his statements come with purpose, policy, great change for the actual office that he is running for, and most of all, he promises his speech is going to be more enjoyable than sitting at the DMV. Steve Dutner.
Thank you, Ryan. That was nice. I appreciate it. Thank you guys all for coming. It means a lot to see some of the group of people that have been traveling around the state the last few years helping out Claire and Kent. I consider you my all-libertarian and all-the-time group. Thank you, Metro East, for throwing this for all of us. Like Ryan said, I am a lifetime resident of Illinois, born to two great parents that have been married for 50 years. I learned the value of hard work and dedication early on, working odd jobs until I wound up in management and then in sales. In sales, I learned the value of listening to others while hearing their needs and concerns, and more importantly, how I can help them find a solution. I believe I can bring this skill to the citizens of Illinois. I love studying political philosophy, civil liberties, and economics, and became involved in the Libertarian Party because I believe the citizens of Illinois deserve a better government that speaks for them. I have been a key member of numerous campaign teams and have been most everywhere in Illinois. After working for Julie Fox's comptroller campaigns over my 18-year tenure with the Fox Valley Libertarians chapter, and then stepping it up and working with Kent McMillan and Claire Ball on their campaigns last year, I realized that running a campaign is hard and difficult and challenging, but not impossible, and it sure as hell can be fun. I realized that I could do this myself, and that I'm going to do this myself. A libertarian can provide solutions that the Democrats and Republicans can't because they're constrained by their party affiliations. Despite their good intentions, they are slaves to party bosses and special interests. Libertarians don't have this problem. Our only special interest is you. There are currently 18 states that have some privatization of the Department of Motor Vehicles. I want Illinois to be number 19. Privatizing the DMV will save taxpayers in both time and money. In North Carolina, fees were reduced by an average of $6 per transaction. I will privatize the DMV within 2 years of being elected by outsourcing DMV services to private businesses, similar to how independent notaries perform legal services, and allow auto insurance companies to provide similar services as they have an incentive to make sure that the only best drivers are on the road at a given time. As Secretary of State, I promise to reduce spending in such a way that the Department of Legislative Affairs will have no choice but to listen to my proposals to reduce fees from the DMV and other departments of the Secretary of State's office. In addition to saving on costs by privatizing the DMV, I will cut wasteful spending on grants that the Secretary of State shouldn't even be responsible for. To help with renewal and fee costs, I will be selling advertising space on the Cyber Illinois webpage and also on renewal cards, while they still exist. I believe the Secretary of State police staff serves a redundant function. They enforce much of the same code as other law enforcement. Is this really necessary? These and other methods of cost reduction will save fees for drivers all around the state. The Secretary of State's office makes driving or running a business much too complicated as well as expensive. We need to make it easier for drivers to get on the road to make money to feed their families. The process to get a CDL license is cumbersome, and LLC costs are way too high to start and maintain a business. I will change that. No fee will ever go up when I'm in office, and you will see a dramatic reduction or elimination of many of them. Privacy is very important. People around the state are receiving random letters from the Secretary of State demanding proof of insurance, which is nothing more than a way to charge you more in fines and fees. There is also a push to require a device called a textilizer, and that's a device that plugs into your cell phone and reports if you have been texting while driving. It can't even tell who is actually doing the texting in your vehicle. This violates multiple amendments to the Constitution, and I will fight to end this practice. Additionally, I will protect your private information. One example involves the transgender community. Currently, they are required to publicly display information regarding gender changes for a certain amount of time. Like Oregon, I want to make it simple for this to be filed in a private manner. Privacy is very important to me, so I want to guarantee the privacy of everyone who is required to register their information. I'm running for this office to help you. You are the ones who are hurting because of the ineffectiveness of our current government. You are the ones who have to deal with the recent increases in the cost of living. You are the ones with the rights, not the government. When elected, I will bring a fresh new look to the state. I am running because it is time that government thinks about you. Why not try something different? Why not #BelieveInSteve and vote for that difference in the Secretary of State's office in 2018? Thank you.